Masters, indulge me for a second. What percentage of your NPCs are men?
This is something I think about a lot because I do have a tendency to usually make my NPCs men. If I just think, oh, this is a random person they're running into, it's usually a dude that will be the first thing that will pop into my mind. So I try to make more of a conscious effort to have NPCs of different gender, having women, having trans characters, all sorts of stuff that are going on in this story. And this happened when we first started off with Battle of the Seven Dice, right? I was writing the story and I was pitching it to my spouse. My spouse was telling me, like, it's mostly dudes in your story. And then I looked at it and I didn't even realize, like, of course it is. Yeah, look at that. And then, I had to make more of a manual change. And I try to do this more with a lot of the stories that I tell, right? When I look at, like, especially the modules that you buy, most of those stories, it's all dudes for the NPCs. So you have to go in, do the tiniest little bit of extra work, and change up the gender so that you can have more diversity. This not only is just to showcase that, oh look, there's different genders doing all these different roles, but also it makes the story just 100 times better, a lot more interesting, because if everybody's the same person, then it's a little bit bland and they all just start to fade into the background. Having diversity makes stories just so much better. So if this is something that you fall into as well, don't fret, because all you have to do is start just making more of a conscious effort in changing up the NPCs for your story. Maybe having a list of NPCs that you can pull from that you haven't used yet, and just sort of like bring into the story and make sure that it is a mix, a diverse mix that you could have there. Have some non-binary folk in your stories, have a lot more women in your stories. So it's half the population. So, tell those tales.